Hi, everybody. It is Vicki Ross on Tuesday, and we're just going to have some fun today. I've got some show and tell, first time in a long time. But it's the end of the year, and there's always some good sales going on. So this is live, so feel free to fast forward anytime you like, because there will be some conversation, and I'm going to wait for a few minutes to really get in the meat of it. So, hi. Hi, Joycey. How are ya? I've been finding some bargains. There. I think it's back on. Yeah, get something to drink, and then we'll do the happy together. I haven't bought anything for the studio in a while. Yeah, no, it's been longer than that, I think. It's been a long time since I've done um, a show and tell. I know that. I'm looking up some bird pictures because if I had to use my own bird pictures, it would never happen. Well, has anybody else popped in yet? We've got some people in the background, so that counts. Let's go. Um, I told y'all last week that I'm doing kind of a new angle on my Sunday and Tuesday performances. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a journal, and it's in the other room maybe. And we're going to make a journal Midori style. So I'm thinking that I may use one of Shannon Green's. Oh, there's some stuff, some pages. Now this is 2 layers of outdoor billboards laminated together, and once you start putting hands on it, it warms up. This would hold 11 by 8.5 by 11 page inside, or folded, it would be an 11 by 17, a tabloid size. So because it's Midori size, we can slip in a chapter in one of these, and then when the chapter is finished, who knows how long that'll be, you could take this out and mount it in another journal that would be permanent. This would just be temporary. You don't have to use this, and you don't have to use this style. You can use any style you want. So now the fun comes in. Make the journal. So we'll need to, I'll give you a 2-week notice so that you can get your tea-dyed paper ready, or old looking paper. You may have some, collect some, whatever. You can use a bound journal like the ones I use from Walmart, the De La Rowney ones. That works fine too. You can age those pages as they sit in the book. Arteza, you can do one of their journals. It'd be great. So what I'm going to do on Sundays, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the look. Okay, back up. I'm enamored of the field note style journals, the antique ones where, somebody went off into the Amazon and didn't come out for a year, and they had all their little journals with all their notes and handwriting, and it's kind of a junk journal, but it's got a focus. So that's what I'm after, is that focus. So the journey may start in England, and there's a muse involved. I'll be telling this story like I did with the Boy in the Moon journal. I'll be telling a story appropriate for that week's project. That leaves the door open to going to Paris, Rome, some river on the Seine or some little location. It can be, I saw this leaf on a tree somewhere. And then the printables for that week will be items that relate to that. So it could be this leaf with no background down smaller so that you could put your own page together. And then on Tuesday, my normal live, I'll do a page that relates to that week's story. I know that sounds confusing, but it's really not. It's basically what I'm doing, except it's going to have a little different style than just a junk journal. So there's that. And I painted these leaves for that project, and I painted it in the mixed media journal first, and then I painted it on Fabriano paper. I'm going to use the envelopes from the, here it is, Fabriano, no, not. The folders from the Fabriano paper that I told you about. This is a nice size envelope, and I like the way it just tucks in. So this would be great, just slipped into the binder. And this, now Jerry's is saying it's going to be back in stock in November. What you can also do real easily is to buy a full sheet of Fabriano. It runs around $3 or $4 a sheet. And then you can cut it into whatever size you want. Okay. So that's my idea. Okay, so let's put this away. And I did the birds. I think I showed you those last week. I'm playing with a kind of a new approach. And as I say all the time, I'm trying to loosen myself up. And I think it's interesting because I started just freestyle, what I call commando, no drawing. And then I did another one, and I'm still tight. And then I did some pictures of some drawings. So I did this just by oval shapes. Very easy to do. And if I show you that and then show you what I did on the second stage, and then I show you what it looks like with a gray coating underneath everything. And I was supposed to leave my whites, and I didn't. And then this was the second stage of the painting, and the third stage, and the final stage. And I said that earlier to say that, whoops, and that are from the same photograph. So painting an object like this, nobody knows what it's really supposed to look like, so it doesn't matter if you get an exact realism. But I'm trying to move into this area where the paint and the water do the work. So that one's more successful to me. And anyway, I showed you these last week. I'm just playing with it to see what can come of it. All right, now, put this over here. Chantel. Hey, Ollie. Now, Field Notes opens the door for a whole lot of things. Like they did slides in the field that they could put under or send back or whatever, and actually, magnetize whatever field sample they took, or a feather or something like that. And you can approximate that with 2 window envelopes and just use the clear stuff in the middle to emulate it. Slide. I'll get it out in a minute. And it also gives me a chance to do some creative writing, which I really like to do. And I just kept remembered on the Boy in the Moon journal, which was about a year ago. I remember some people saying, "Where did she get that journal? In Paris? That's awesome. Boy, I wish I could find one." And without realizing that was my creative writing, it wasn't really where I got the journal. Anyway, I digress. Tonic Studios had a real good sale last week, and coming from England, it didn't really take that long, and shipping was a flat $6.95. So these little scissors were on sale, Tim Holtz, and they've got the easy grip. Doesn't matter which way you pick them up. And a cute little tin. So for right now, I'm going to put it in that cute little tin. The other thing that they had on sale were stamp blocks. And I didn't look at them good enough to realize that they have a lip on them. So that's going to make them harder to store. But anyway, they were a good price. So I got several packs of those because I needed them. Yeah. Okay. And the next thing, they had these little tools on sale. They're a great size and they're very flexible. And I've kind of been looking for the Finnabar Imprima brush that's actually made like a brush with a ferrule. And I really think these will work just as good. And they were two for less than the price of one of the others. And the other thing they had on sale was glue sticks. And they were such a good price. I got one or two small ones, and I think I got 6 of the big one. But these have a felt tip applicator. And I'm hoping the glue is good. Because I never did buy the glue from Italy. I just couldn't. Here's the applicator. It's real sturdy. I don't know how wet it is. If all else fails, read the directions. First time you use it, it's got to travel all the way down. It's a glue pen. Isn't that cool? Come on now. Yeah, we'll chat. Let's see what this one has. This is the medium point, I think. Medium. Yeah, and they have a fine, but I resisted. It's coming. I see it. There it comes. Can't really see it, but okay, and this one has a chisel tip. Cool. Now we'll see. We'll see, and we'll see how long they last. There's that and that. And I was watching a no, how am I going to find it? I don't know how I'm going to find it. I watched a video last week. Well, crap. Hang with me. I'm like a bull. I want to know to give you her right name. Okay. Danielle Krysa, Krysa. And she says these are the best scissors for cutting out paper. And it's just a plain old Fiskars kitchen shear. And she also said that she can't live without her finger X-Acto. So there you have it. That was quick and easy on Amazon. So let's test it. Okay, the glue is fairly strong bond. I could lift it up, but it's going to pull the paper. All right, let's just. I don't know why kitchen shears would be good, but we're going to try it. Now, this little pattern is from one of Robin McClendon's Patreon, freebies. And you can either, you could cut the negative or the positive. You could cut and keep the dark part or the top part. And I think what I'm going to do is keep the top part. Here. Fussy cutting is not my favorite thing to do. Maybe if I do it this side, I can see it better. Yeah. And she said to cut just a hair inside the pattern so that you don't get a halo. And try to not pick your scissors up. Of course, this is old school for a lot of y'all. And she said that she had tried many, many different scissors. So I thought, well, that's good enough reason for me. And I picked these up. I think they were a little bit more expensive than the others. I cut too much, but that's okay. So now let's see. Let's test this, and then we'll go on. There we go. Sharp blade. I like this. I used to use an X-Acto so much that I'd just wear it behind my ear back when I had some hair. I can see why she likes this. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'll compare it. I've got pretty good knife skills, but I'll compare it to one of the others. Don't stab yourself in the hand when you put the lid on it. Okay, so there's that. Now what? Okay. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Okay, and then I also showed you last week, I'll show you that in a minute, but it's these special dot bottles. We're going to compare that with the Tim Holtz one, if I can see it. Those came from Tom Lynch. Okay, I got an email or Facebook or something from forgot her name. Damn it. One of the designers for Gel Press. And these were on sale at Amazon, 3 for $10. And I don't use these very much, but I might, you know. And this tin is the best thing since sliced peaches. Holds everything in there. You don't have to worry about getting dings. I've had these for a couple years. The gel plate storage tin. And this is Ranger from Dilutions, Dina Wakely. So I saved that to show you. It's the best way yet I have found to keep them, because putting them back in the clamshell never happens. All right. Put that away. I got something from, it's a company I've read about before, and it is to, it's a blender, like for drawing colored pencils and stuff like that. And it's from a company called Zest It. Zest It. And I've read about it before, and I thought, well, I just want to get it. So this little sponge has it already in there. And use a tortillon or whatever. And then I got a refill bottle of that. Not that. This. Pencil Blend. Pencil Blend is what it's called. I got this for the oil station. It's a lean painting medium. And then I got, this sounds really fascinating to me. This is a brushable wax resist. Same company, Zest It. And it smells so good. It smells like oranges, but it doesn't have any solvent in it. And it not as near as strong as Citrusol. So anyway, you can brush this on as a wax resist. Yummy, yummy. And then there's a solvent that you use to take it off with when you're done. And I was thinking it worked on watercolor. Now I'm reading this, it says for wax and oil-based product. Oh, well, we're going to try it. Because I have tried gum arabic as a resist before and was fairly happy with it. So, last night I ordered some stuff from Seth Apter. I had not ordered any of his iZinc stuff. Okay, so I got 2 small brushes. I've got my little paint kit sitting here already wet and ready to go. This is my portable painter, little mini, and it has the 6 colors of Daniel Smith's starter watercolor kit. And I like this. I think it's the only one I've seen because it has 2 yellows, 2 reds, and 2 blues. And this phthalo tends a little bit toward green, and that's ultramarine. So we have, I think that one's Cad Lemon. This is medium Cad Yellow. This is Cad Red, Alizarin Crimson, Ultramarine, and Phthalo. Don't know green or blue. It kind of looks like blue in the tin. Okay. So let's go back to where I was. And let's pick a bird. I'm in the mood for birds. Now, look at that little cutie. I'll take a shit. Sorry. Oops. I can pull this over. I'm going to pull this over on the phone so y'all can see it. You need a cutie? Pinterest. So about that would be good. Now remember that my goal for me, oh, and on this field notes thing, because the muse is directing it, the person doing the field notes journal has no idea where they're going to go. So it doesn't matter if you have to stay in a particular region. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to do it in here. I'm trying to use up this journal. It's an Arteza journal. It's the one I used for. I don't really have any whites in that. I do need a brush though. I'm going to use this little size 00 silver brush. It's a mop brush, so it'll hold a lot of water. Real hair brushes take a while to get wet all the way. Okay, where are we gonna? I'm gonna do the test of this first. The lighter you press, what I'm after are little bitty dots. And then this one is from Hobby Lobby, Extra Fine Mist Sprayer. I'll do it over here. No. Well, maybe. Okay. Now, where's that other little booger? Well, where are you? I'm looking for you. I had everything all ready except for that. I thought, oh, it's just right there. So, we're going to come back over here. And I'm going to dry it off, and then I'm going to decide where to put it. Duh. Right there in front of me. All right. Now. I'm backed away about 6 inches. Can y'all see? Come on. You can't see it. You could if it had water in it. Now let's do. I've got the Tom Lynch one in with some Acorn ink. So you can definitely see small and big dots. Not so much with the Tim one. Okay, that little experiment. See, I could never be a scientist. Oh, that's good enough. Okay, so we've got our little guy. We got our brush. And I want some spatters coming down here, so I'm going to use my like that. And I should have mixed up my paint first. You'd think I had never done this stuff before. Okay, now I need a quick it's kind of a salmon color. So I start with my alizarin. Not too bad. And a little yellow. Now it went orange. So all we have to do is put a little more. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tip of this brush and I'm just going to touch where I can hold my head sideways and see the dots. Oh, I started talking about the split primary and then didn't finish. That's the colors, those are the colors that I suggest for everybody starting out in any medium. Never clean your palette unless you have to have the space. Now this isn't watercolor paper. This is mixed media paper, and it's doing a beautiful job. Connect some. Let others stand alone. And you don't want to mix them too much because red and green will give you a compliment. I mean, it'll give you a grade color. And I'm going to use a little bit of, if you see something you don't like right there, just pick it up with a dry brush. Not dry, but it hasn't just come out of the water. Now then. Let's try a little bit of the ultramarine mixed into this green I had. And that has a little more green. All right, now, while it's still wet, we're going to check that color again. That's real darn close. We're going to pull the bird out of this spray. So his tail, I'm going to make it be about right here, and it will be black. Let's put put a little alizarin, a little phthalo, a little ultramarine, and make a darkish black. So now I'm going to make him come like that. And then that part of him comes up, part of his tail. And then over here we have that, and it comes up, crosses over, and then it comes down. And there's an open area. This is Commando watercolor. And back over here, we've got just a curve. And then it goes up and another curve. And comes down. Comes back up and leaves the peachy part right there. And all of a sudden I realize I'm going sideways. But that's okay. I don't care. And there's a branch right there. And the branch comes, I'm just going to change this up and make it mine, which is what you need to do anyway. And some green. And it actually has some pink in it. Reflections, I'm sure. And if you sneak up on where they touch, you can control the color blending a little bit and then just drop in. Okay, now over here on this side, we have some more green. And some more pink. And we'll end it with some more brown. Okay. Everybody with me so far? So now this is there are two things you can do. You can wait till the thing totally dries, or you can come in here and paint your color and leave a little white line all the way around, see, all the way around the wet paint. And that's a good reason not to do it this way. Again, thirsty brush. So guess what? We're going to leave it. Okay, now we're going to go up to here. That's the tail. So we're going up kind of that. And they've got some pink, so we're just going to and I can always come back and darken that. I don't know why I've lost my darkness, but that's okay. Mix up a little bit more. Just barely touch that wet line and it'll give it some character. Now over here, You're not going to be able to tell where you are exactly, but we're going to come over here and go barely touching. And the widest part is about right here, so we're going to do that. And that comes out like that. Do, 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 do. All right, so I'm here, and let's say this is the top of the pink, that squared off area. This goes down, back up, meets here, and then this comes down. By mixing your own really darks, you can control, the color can shift here and there. And then up here, we're going to come here. I'm underneath the circle on his neck. And then the circle on his neck. Circle on his neck goes round, round, round. I'm just gradually making it about the same width all the way around. And then the head comes here. And the head comes here. And it would connect if the beak weren't there. So it comes like this. We've got an eye just about in the middle of the whole head. And so now I can come in. Let's see, I need to go around the beak. Now I can fill this part in. So our fantasy bird can be any color we want. Now I've got it really, really wet. Now, if some of this needs to be lifted, just go right on ahead and do it. I'm drying the brush off on a paper towel every time I do that, because I do want some of that peachy color and white in here. I think that'll do it. Okie doke. Now I am thinking, do I want to let this sit for a minute and dry, or do I want to dry it with a hair, let it dry on its own, or on a hair with a hair dryer? I'm picking up a little bit of pigment. That'll help it dry. And let's see, I should have saved some white right here. Let's see if we can. lift. Lifting ability is a guessing game because watercolor paper is designed to lift because it's got a sizing, which the best way I can explain that is like starch. It's something that keeps the water from going into the paper. So until that happens, you've got time to adjust your drawing or whatnot. And so there's that one, and there's one right here. His little feet. This is mixed media paper, so it's not going to behave like watercolor paper because it wasn't designed for that. As far as curling and all that, the pages flatten out fine after they dry. So this can handle light gluing or anything right here. Now that appears to be stained. Put some clean water on it. Now would a drawing help? Well, sure. But I'm on a commando kick. Okay. So now I can get the darker peachy color in there. And remember that as long as the paper is shiny, the paint will continue to move with each other, and that's what makes beautiful patterns. So I'm going to dry it with a hair dryer, but that's something that you need to remember when you're doing it for yourself. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this again. This solid, I wanted more small dots. Sprayed my hand. Let's see what I got. I got another big clump right here, which I don't want. And these will be more standalone. I'll connect a few of them. Okay. I'm going to dry it again. All right, now I like that better. Now, what I was going to do too was do some on this bird with the Arteza real brush pens. And I know these will work better on hot press paper, but who cares? Arteza might care, but let's see. I need a black. I bet that's back here. Ash black. There you go. Now what I'm going to do is come in here and just add just a little bit of black on top of my dark color. And I want to see if I can make it move, if it will move like watercolor does. No. And part of that is because of the paper, not the paint. So it soaks right into the paper. And that's okay too. You just got to learn what things do. I've had people say, oh, I don't like that because it doesn't do what my other does. Well, it's not supposed to. We have choices. And his eye has a dot in the middle. And gold around it. And I think I've already screwed up my gold spot. I want to do a little bit down here. And then we are into the beaches. Oops. And I'm going to check this and see. That is good. All right, so we got that one. And we got that one's a little more yellow. Mellow yellow. Yeah, I'm going to use that one. Okay, then I'm going to start with my I'm going to put a little bit of water. Now, are we dry? Yes, we're dry. I'm going to put water on this first. Now, if you're on watercolor paper, what you do is when it quits bleeding, when it quits being when it quits being shiny is when you go in and paint with it. I didn't really mean to pull that color all the way there, but it may be there. Yeah. And so if you really want it there, you add it with a little bit of white when we get done. Okay, I'm still going to do some more water. And I've really got the water laid on there. Wait just a minute. I'm going to start with my darkest one, which I have no clue which one it is. I'm going to go by what's on the ends. It's bleeding some. And if there's too much water, it doesn't want to take it at all, or it's very faint. So keep that in mind. You never know until you try. And here comes my medium color. And my light. This helps you minimize hard edges. And now the darker one again, I'm going to come back in down here. Very lightly, just making some blending marks. Then we'll come back with the medium. There you have it. Okay, so those are the 3 of those. And that green on his beak is a strange color. It's almost this, a teal. Nope, that's, well, kind of, sort of. It's a real fake color on his beak. That's close. Teal. Wouldn't you know it? Now I'm going to remember to leave some white. I'm sorry, buddy. Okay, now we need a darker green for the inside. And it was a little bit too dark, the green. First trick is lifting. And second trick is gouache. That's just icky. Icky. Put that over there. Put that over there out of the way. And these three, I think the chest is good. Cover up the beak. Nothing is precious, so if you don't nail it the first time, do it over. I'm thinking white. I gotta decide what I'm gonna use. Let's give Arteza's gouache a try. I just finally couldn't stand it. Everybody else had them, by God, I wanted them. See, I did my little color chart. Well, you got it right there on the top. Goose. Titanium white. Now I'm going to take this right out of the tube. My brush is damp. Oh, we were going to do these down here. And then over here we have coverage is good. I'm going to go ahead and just see what happens. Now, gouache is opaque. Okay, remember that. Unless you use a lot of water with it. And if you do, then it can be more transparent like watercolor. Okay, now we wanted, I'm going to go ahead and pull the white out of his little claws, and he's got one right here that's kind of white. Then we're going to fix this up. Try not to make a bigger mess than you've already got. Fingers do a wonderful job. By adding the white in some of these areas, it's just giving it a little more form. Okay, now we're going to cover this whole beak. And yes, real artists do this. And I still want to see. This is really nice squash. I want a bigger circle here for the gold. Okay. Okay. I'm looking right now. What are we doing? Oh, okay. No problem. I hate people that say that. No problem. Oh, golly, Allie, I don't know. It says extremely beautiful and colorful birds. So if I go to more, nope. Is it? Maybe it'll be on the main. I'll put the link in here when I find it. Oh, there we are. Number 12. Doesn't say. But copy. Now let's see if it'll take it from the iPad to the computer. Nope. You know, I used to have it set, but I've had a couple of updates, and now it's not sharing links. So .com/984-346. See if that gets it to you. You may have to look. 2461. Nobody will ever know what that means later. Oh, I see what. 1, because I hit a wrong button. All right, let's do those numbers all at one time again. 9843461. Good. Enter. Okay. That's for some strange reason hitting delete. I'm coming back in on top of the gouache. Finished. Let's see. That's phthalo blue. Remember when I started, I said I couldn't really figure it out. Way too much water. And sometimes it's just best to leave it alone and do it again. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. Good. Yeah, bird number 12. And they didn't tell what any of them were that I could tell. Well, that is not good. But the branch is kind of cool, and you got my idea down here. That is one scary bird. And there's no white that I'm going to put on there anyway. I'm glad y'all get to watch me goof up. No, clear or regular. I'm going to draw that. I'm just going to keep going until I really wrap it up. espresso. Now it will bleed through. Yeah, I like the branch a lot too. That's probably about, okay. Quit dissing yourself. That's why you do these things in practice. And y'all know, at least Joycey does. I sometimes don't pay the best attention in the world. Now take a look closer at the branch that you like. See how the colors stayed separate quite a bit because the paper wasn't soaking wet. And so you get a real nice blend of multiple colors, which makes it look pretty. If you look at the picture, I did not attempt to get all the color in it that branch has, because it looks like it's got peachy, salmony colors in it. All right. Now let's go back to the pencils. Now I know that the darker ones, I'm going to take the lighter one. Come on, dang it. Now we're going to do a better job this time, aren't we? I'm going to take my darker one. Better. And see, like I said, it really doesn't matter because they're wild. I mean, they're strange birds anyway. Put a little bit of ash black in here. And put a little bigger eye now that I've got that fixed. Now, a galloping horse. Nobody will know. Better. See? See, I need the black light. I need to clean. I want to clean up. Quit while you're ahead. Now, better. The gouache did the trick. Well, I mean, you know, you wouldn't win any awards with this, but better. Any questions from anybody? I am going to bail out of here. Had to go get a shot in my leg today, which is every 3 months. Now, what you would do after you do something like this is go to a good piece of paper and do it again. Now that you've fresh in your memory what worked and what didn't, and then your second one on good paper will be a whole lot different, just like the 2 leaves. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to try that wax resist. Sponge. I've done resists in watercolor with clear crayons, candle wax, special watercolor crayons. I've done it with gum arabic, and I've done it with regular masking fluid. Clean up with wax solvent, so that means you probably don't want to put it in the water. That's why I used a junk brush. Oh, oops, it's still wet. Dry it. It's kind of a yellowish color. Okay, dry. Yeah. Well, let me try one more thing. Hey, Deborah. I know. Doggone it, Deborah. And I even send out a message on YouTube 15 to 30 minutes after I go on. At least you can see replays. Okay, there is our wax resist. And you can't tell it's there. So then why would I need a solvent to remove it? I wouldn't. I think I'm going to like that. Now, let's do just one more take. I'm not the best experimenter in the world. I'm the one that wants somebody else to do it first, and then I'll come along after. Okay, I put my brush down. Now dry it. Now put down some more wax. Can y'all guess what I'm playing with here? I'm putting on a pretty good coat without it being gloppy. And it said to stir it, which I didn't, so. Just looking to make sure I've got a good coat, because you can see it until it dries. Man, if this works, it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. Solve it to clean. When I'm being really bad, I'm sticking the brush right in the bottle. Okay, now I'm going to dry it. And if you get it real hot, the wax melts on the paper. Let's see what happens. Oh, Deborah, I'm on pretty regular Tuesday at 3 to 3:30, 3:15 to 3:30. Ooh, boy, howdy. A Q-tip would be great for this. I'm going to erase those little speckles. And there you have it, except for the little, it's a little bit darker than that, but not much. And you cannot feel the wax. So I'm thinking you could just leave it on here. But what this means is you can keep masking and coloring. Like you could come in with a different color here, or mask it again, like here, and then paint over it. So you can do layering that way. Pretty cool, huh? I'm glad I got that. I think it's going to work. You can't feel the wax. All right. Okay, so Deborah, every Tuesday at 3:30, 3:15 to 3:30 Central Time America, wherever you might be from. All right. We're going to finish this book. soon. Because there's no point in just putting it on the shelf and then having something there. So this is a good thing to practice, and it does not. You can't feel it. And I bet you that those little bubbles that I marked off, that I wiped off, were there because when I dried it, the wax melted a little bit. And I bet that that was on the paper because I didn't get any up here. A little. I did. Not much, though. So the wax, and then I melted it, and that left some of the paper bare. So that's what happened here. Cool. Alrighty. I am done. If y'all don't have anything else, Vicky's done. Okay, so the next couple of weeks, spread the word. Be sure you register for the giveaway, an original piece of art and some Arteza paints as soon as I get to 2,000 in my YouTube subscribers. I'm sitting close to 1,900 right now. And you can get more entries the more things you do and invite and share and all that sort of stuff. Y'all have done them before. What else? Okay, in a couple of weeks, we're going to start our journal for the field notes project. All right? All right. All right. I'll do a blog post, and if you're on my mailing list or have downloaded anything from Teachable, you should be on my mailing list. And if you're not, you can go to actually.com, AXULLY.com. That's phonetic for actually. I said. And don't worry about getting a bunch of emails because I barely get in there and do one a month. So it's just a good way to get in touch with you another way besides YouTube. Okay? Any questions? Raise those hands. Okay. Not Allie, not Deborah. Good night, sweet Joycey. Bye.